What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K21 Next Gen, and in today's video I'm going to be showing y'all all of the best badges for a big man build. Any big man build, no matter which big man build you have, whether you have a slasher, a shooter, a slasher and a shooter, a 7'3" post scorer, anything, I'm going to be showing you all the best badges for every single big man. But before we get into the video right here, I just want to say really quickly, if y'all haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you click that subscribe button because only about 2% of the viewers of my channel are actually subscribed. So if you click that subscribe button right now, you can join the 2% gang, and you can also see all of my future videos that I'm going to upload. I'll have a ton of build guides, tips and trick videos just like this, and also jump shot videos. So make sure y'all click subscribe. But now without any further ado, let's get right into the video here. Alright, so before we get into the actual badges right here, I'm just going to explain how I'm going to be doing this video. If you saw my best guard badges video yesterday, you know the format that I'm going to be doing this in. But if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to take a quick second right here to explain to you how I'm going to be showing you the best badges and how it'll work for every single build, since obviously every single build has a different badge setup, whether you have more finishing, more shooting, more playmaking, more defense, or no badges in a certain category, or a ton of badges in a certain category and very little badges in another category. Every build is a little bit different. So to make this video work for every single big man, how I'm going to be doing it is I'll show you the order in which you want to upgrade your badges in every single category. So we'll start off with the first badge you want to upgrade. Let's say for finishing, I say that the first badge you want to upgrade is Posterizer, and I say you want to get that all the way up to Hall of Fame. That's the first thing that you're going to upgrade to Hall of Fame right there. And then I say that the next best badge would be Slithery Finisher, and to get that all the way up to Hall of Fame as well. So this is 8 badges right here. This would be the best 8 badges for a big man, hypothetically, but let's say you only have 6 finishing badges right here. So you obviously couldn't get both of these onto Hall of Fame, so you would just upgrade the first 6 that I upgraded, which would be first 4 onto Posterizer, and then 2 onto Slithery, and your build would be maxed out right here if you had 6 finishing badges. So then you can stop, and I'll continue going. I'll continue upgrading whatever badges I say next, all the way up to the 30 badge limit, which is the most any build can have. So it'll work for any big man build. Just upgrade in the order I upgrade it in until you max out. Hopefully that makes sense for everybody. And another thing I want to mention is if you can only upgrade, let's say I say Posterizer is the best, and to get that up to Hall of Fame with your first 4 badges, but you can only get Posterizer up to gold on your build. So you'd say, okay, you get Posterizer up to gold, and let's say you have 10 finishing badges. Then I say Slithery Finisher is the best, and I say get that up to Hall of Fame. Then I say the Teardropper is the best, and this is just hypothetical, so this isn't the actual ranking right here. But I say only to get Teardropper onto Silver, and let's say you have 10 badges on your build, so you have 9 right here. And then the next one that I say to upgrade is Heat Seeker onto Hall of Fame, and you just get that up to Bronze because that's where your badges max out. That's the order that you follow, and then you're maxed out. So these would be your first 10, even though my first 10 would be looking like this because I put Posterizer all the way up to Hall of Fame in the video, but you can only get it up to gold, so you just continue to follow after the badge that if I upgrade a badge higher then you can get it. And same thing if you don't have a badge, let's say you don't get Posterizer at all, then you would just skip Posterizer if I say that's the best badge and continue going on from there after Posterizer and follow my order until you're maxed out. So let's say I say Slithery is the next best, or sorry, Heat Seeker is the next best right there, then this would be the 10 finishing badges that you have right here. So you just follow the order that I put them in. Hopefully that makes sense. And if you don't have one of the badges that I upgrade, just skip it and continue following the order after that. So yeah, and one more thing that I want to mention really quickly before we get into the build is I'm going to be showing you for every single category, I'm going to be showing the best 30 badges because every individual build could have up to 30 badges, but in this video I'm not using one build to do this. There is no build that has 120 badges in the game. I'm using multiple builds that have 30 badges in each individual category to show you for every single category how to upgrade the badges no matter how many you have. So if you have 30, good, you can upgrade all of the first 30 that I upgrade. If you only have 28, you can upgrade the first 28 that I upgrade and then just ignore the last 2 and go on to the next category. But yeah, I just want to get out of the way that this is not all one build. There's no build that has 30 badges in every single category. So now with all that being said, I think we are ready to get going on to the finishing badges right here. And the first finishing badge that I'm going to recommend you get on for any big man build is going to be Posterizer. I'm going to recommend getting this all the way up to Hall of Fame. This is a super good badge for any big man build in the entire game, whether you're a post scorer or 6'9" big or 6'8" big, whatever you are. This is a super good badge. And next up, I'm just going to say really quickly, if you are a post scorer, the next 2 badges that you're going to want to get are Hook Specialist onto Hall of Fame and also Dream Shake onto Hall of Fame. If you're not a post scorer, just continue following the order from where I'm going right now. Next, you're going to want to go down to Slithery Finisher and get this up to Hall of Fame right here. Then you're going to want to go up to Lob City Finisher. This is one that I'm upgrading way earlier than I did in my guard video yesterday. You're going to want to get this all the way up to Hall of Fame right here as well. And then if you have a Slashing Takeover, the next one that you're going to want to upgrade is Heat Seeker. If you don't have a Slashing Takeover, you don't need to upgrade Heat Seeker yet. But if you do have any of the Slasher Takeovers, that's the next one that you're going to want to upgrade, and you're going to want to get it as high as possible. But if you don't have that, you don't need to upgrade it yet. You can just go up to Acrobat and you're going to want to put this one onto silver. This is a really underrated finishing badge this year. Basically what it does is obviously helps you with spins, half spins, hop steps, euro steps, cradles, reverses, and changing layup shots in midair, just like always. But it also helps you, as you can see on the second line there, it helps you beat defenders with gather moves. So that's really good. It's kind of similar to like what Fancy Footwork has done in the last 2 years. So Acrobat is a really good badge. It's basically like 2 badges put into one, and you're definitely going to want to get that up to silver next. Then you can go over to Fearless Finisher, and you're going to want to get this all the way up to gold right here. Then you can go ahead and get Putback Boss onto silver. If you're a only inside big man, so if you're a pure slasher big man or a post scorer, you're going to want to upgrade this sooner. But if you're basically any other sort of big man other than a pure slasher or post scorer, you can upgrade this right now just up to silver and you'll be good. Then you can go ahead and go over to Heat Seeker and get this up as high as you can get it. Even if you don't have the slashing takeover, you're going to want to upgrade Heat Seeker now because it will help you get other takeovers as well. It doesn't help you as fast as getting a slashing takeover, but it will help you a little bit. So you're going to want to upgrade that next as high as you can get it right there. Then you can go down to Pro Touch right here. You're going to want to get this up to gold. This is a really good badge for layups. It doesn't help for dunks, but it is really good for layups. So you're going to want to get that up to gold right there. And then you can get Highlight Films onto silver if you still have some finishing badges right here. Then you want to get Acrobat onto gold. The reason you don't put Acrobat all the way up to Hall of Fame is because it unlocks fancy playground layups, and you don't want that. Well, maybe you do. If you do, you can put this up to Hall of Fame, but you probably don't. I don't really like those layups, but if you like them, you can go ahead and put this up to Hall of Fame. But then with your last badge, if you have 30 finishing badges right here, you can go ahead and upgrade Fearless Finisher all the way up to Hall of Fame, and that will be the final setup for your finishing badges for any big man build. And obviously, like I said, if you're a post scorer, you're going to want to upgrade badges like Dream Shake and Hook Specialist earlier, and probably Back Down Punisher as well. So keep that in mind. But yeah, this is the best finishing badges for basically every single big man build in the game. And now we can go on to the shooting badges right here. Alright, so onto the shooting badges right here. I just want to mention before I get into these, you might not be able to get all of the badges up as high as I'm putting them, but remember, if you can't get it up as high as I'm putting it, or maybe you can't even get the badge at all, that's okay. Just skip that badge and continue following the order that I'm going in after that badge until you max out your build. But hopefully you can overall follow the order that I'm going in right here. So the first shooting badge that I'm going to put on is going to be Deep Threes. Get this up as high as you can, whether that's Hall of Fame or Gold. You're going to want to have this badge as high as you can get it. Then the next one you're going to want to upgrade is Hot Zone Hunter. As long as you have Hot Zones, you're going to want to get this up as high as you can. If you don't have Hot Zones, you don't need it, but I'm assuming most people probably have Hot Zones, or if you don't, you can get them pretty easily. So you're going to want this badge for sure. It's really good once you have Hot Zones. And then same thing with the finishing right here. You're going to want to upgrade Hot Shot if you have a shooting takeover. If you don't have a shooting takeover, you don't need to touch Hot Shot yet. You can just skip that. But if you do have a shooting takeover, upgrade Hot Shot right now. And then the next badge that you're going to want to upgrade for a big man build is Catch and Shoot. This is a super good badge for any big man build. It's basically essential for big man builds. So Catch and Shoot right there is going to be the next one you're going to want to upgrade. Then you could upgrade Fade Ace if you want to be shooting post fadeaways. I'm not going to upgrade it right here because I don't know what kind of builds you guys have, but I'm just going to mention it. If you do shoot post fadeaways, you're going to want to upgrade Fade Ace next. But I know most builds don't shoot post fadeaways, so I'm not going to upgrade that. But just keep in mind that you're going to want to if you do shoot those. And the next one that you're going to want to upgrade here is Deadeye up to gold. Then you want to go ahead and get Corner Specialist onto silver. Blinders onto bronze. Then you can go ahead and upgrade Hot Shot. Even if you do not have the shooting takeover, you can still upgrade Hot Shot right now. It's still going to be better than any of the other badges remaining on the board right here. Then if you still have some shooting badges, you're really going to be getting into the luxury badges right here that you don't need but are really good. So next you can get Volume Shooter up to silver. Then you can go ahead and bump Corner Specialist all the way up to Hall of Fame. Then you could bump Deadeye all the way up to Hall of Fame if you still have a badge right there. And if you still have badges, you can go ahead and get Set Shooter onto gold right here. This is an okay badge. It basically won't work every time. Catch and Shoot is a lot better, but if you do have a set shooter on, if you catch the ball and you kind of just want to wait a second, maybe the defender's not closing out on you for whatever reason, you could wait a second and then shoot and you'll get the boost from this badge. But it's not a badge that you can use very often because obviously you're not going to have time to wait a second before shooting most of the time. So that's not a badge that's super essential, but if you have 30, you can definitely afford to invest into that. And the one badge that I know everybody's going to be freaking out that I did not upgrade is going to be Green Machine. Green Machine's a super overrated badge. I've talked about it a ton in past videos. I talked about it in my best shooting badge video, my best badges video. I made a Green Machine video specifically for the badge on NBA 2K21 current gen, and it's the same thing, especially for a big man. It's not a useful badge. I'm not going to get into why in this video, but just trust me on that. You don't need Green Machine. And then another badge that I want to mention really quickly is going to be Sniper. This badge helps you when you well aim shots. So if you have really good aiming on your shots, it will give you a huge boost. So if you aim your shots get this up as one of your first badges, but I know most people do not aim their shots, they time them, either by holding square or X or even timing with the stick. I know way more people shoot with timing than aiming, so you probably don't need this badge unless you do aim your shots, then you're for sure going to want it as one of your first badges. But anyways, yeah, this is how you can set up basically all of your shooting badges for any big man build. And again, if you don't have this many, just follow in order until your build maxes out. But now we can get into the playmaking badges right here. Alright, so for playmaking right here, this one's going to be a little bit tough because there is a lot of differences between which playmaking badges different big man builds would want to upgrade compared to guards, where basically the same playmaking badges are good for every single guard build. And also a lot of big man builds can't get most playmaking badges, so just try your best to follow in the order that I upgrade them in. I'll give you some tips and tricks here and there for each individual badge and talk about what builds some of these badges will work the best for. But if you want to get a more in-depth breakdown of the playmaking badges, you can check out the best playmaking badges video on my channel. But for this, I'm just going to go ahead and start upgrading right here. The first badge that I'm going to say you're going to want to upgrade is going to be unpluckable if you are a actual big man like a post scorer or an inside like Joel Embiid, Hakeem Olajuwon type of big man. Then you're going to want to upgrade this as your first badge. But if you're more of a slashing big, then quick first step is going to be the first one that you're going to want to upgrade as high as you can get it. Hopefully you can get that on your big man build. If not, just keep watching and continue following in the order that I'm going in right here. The next badge that I'm going to upgrade is going to be handles for days, and I know a lot of big men cannot get handles for days, so that's why I'm upgrading it next. It is good for the big man that can get it, but if you can't get it, that's okay. Just skip this badge and continue following in the order I'm going in. But if you can get it, that's for sure one that you're going to want. Then you can go down onto unpluckable, and you're just going to want to get this on bronze. That will be good enough for unpluckable, honestly. You shouldn't need it too much higher than that. It's also good on silver, gold, and obviously Hall of Fame, but bronze should be good enough, especially for a big man. And the next badge that I'm going to recommend upgrading, and I know some people are probably going to disagree with this, but I promise you it's a really good badge, is going to be downhill. I'm going to recommend getting this up as high as you can get it, especially for big man builds, because this is a really good badge for any big man build that's really kind of even a little bit mobile. Like if you have at least a 70 speed, you're probably going to want downhill, because when you get that rebound, you can just be gone. Now, I didn't even put this one on in my best guard badges video, so the fact that I'm putting up this early in the big man video should show you how good this badge really is. Trust me, if you have a decent rebound and a decent speed, you're for sure going to want this badge. And then next up right here, I'm going to go ahead and put needle threader onto bronze. And then if you have a ton of playmaking badges on your build, you can start upgrading dimer and floor general. You're going to want to get those up as high as possible. Both of them right there, starting off with dimer and then floor general. And then after that, you really have a ton of personal preference. If you have this many playmaking badges on your big man build, you're crazy. You could start upgrading dribbling badges. I would probably recommend upgrading ankle breaker first to bronze, then space creator, then tight handles. And if you still have some playmaking badges, get ankle breaker up to gold, and then get maybe space creator all the way up to Hall of Fame as well, because that's really all you need. You could put bailout on bronze, but I find bailout is more of a guard badge rather than a big man badge. Big man don't really bail out of shots as much as guards, or at least that's what I find. If you find yourself bailing out of shots a lot, then this is probably something you're going to want to invest into, just onto bronze. But yeah, and another badge that people are going to bring up is going to be break starter. You don't need break starter to make full court passes, trust me, you just don't. And then one more badge that I want to talk about really quickly is special delivery. This is actually a really good badge. Well, not really good, but it is a good badge. If you do a lot of flashy passes, it will help you and your teammates out a ton with takeover. So just keep that in mind. If you find yourself throwing flashy passes a lot, or if you want to go out of your way to throw flashy passes, then you're going to want to invest into this badge. Otherwise, you can ignore it. But yeah, that's the playmaking badges right there for the big man. Now we can get into probably the most important category, and that is going to be the defense badges. Alright, so for the defensive badges for every big man build right here, this is going to be probably the most important category. I know a lot of people are going to be watching the video just for this category. So let's get going right here. The first thing that you're going to want to upgrade is going to be rebound chaser all the way up to Hall of Fame. Then you want to go ahead and get rim protector all the way up to gold. The reason you don't put this onto Hall of Fame is because it unlocks hard fouls at Hall of Fame, and that's super annoying in my opinion. Obviously, some people might like hard fouls. I think they're terrible, and I definitely do not recommend getting this badge up to Hall of Fame to get hard fouls. I think it's definitely better just on gold right there. Then you want to get up intimidator to gold or Hall of Fame as high as you can get it right here. Then you're going to want to upgrade brick wall if you're setting screens. If you're not setting screens, you don't need to worry about brick wall, but most big men do set screens, so you're going to want to upgrade that. Then you want to upgrade hot stopper if you have a defensive takeover. If you don't have a defensive takeover, you can ignore hot stopper for now, just skip that for now. But if you do have a defensive takeover, you're going to want that. Then you can go up to box. You just want to put this onto bronze right here. Then you want to put heart crusher onto silver, and then clamps onto bronze. I can get clamps up to Hall of Fame right here, but I know most bigs, if they can even get clamps, can only get it up to gold, and a lot of bigs can't even get it. So if you can get clamps, put it up to bronze next. If not, that's okay, just skip it. Then you want to get interceptor up to gold right here. Then pogo stick onto gold. Then you can get Hot Stopper up to Hall of Fame. Even if you don't have a defensive takeover, you can upgrade this all the way up to Hall of Fame right here because you really don't need to upgrade anything else. The only other good badges really left would be Chase Down Artist and probably Worm down here to get either one of those onto bronze. So you can upgrade Hot Stopper next, even if you don't have a defensive takeover. And then with your last badge right here, if you have this many badges, you're going to want to put it into Chase Down Artist. And one other badge that I'm going to mention to get onto bronze, let's say you don't have clamps or something, because I know a lot of bigs don't, then get Worm onto bronze as well if you have 30 defense badges and you cannot get clamps. But yeah, the defense badges right there was super quick. You don't really need any of these other defense badges that I didn't get right here. Honestly, none of them are really that good, and you'll definitely be good without them. And again, just follow this in the order that I did it. I know most people aren't going to be able to get all these badges that I have here, but just follow it in the order that I upgraded it until your build maxes out, and then you can stop. And wherever you stop, that will be the best defensive badges for your build specifically. So yeah, that's it for defense badges, and that's actually going to be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Like I said, only 2% of people are subscribed to my channel who watch my videos, so make sure you sub right now so you can join the 2% gang. And also I stream on Twitch if you want to follow me on Twitch. The link will be down in the description below. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be it. Alright, peace.